Hey guys, welcome back to Food for Your Thoughts. We are out of the studio today and we are in a whole other realm of artwork. I'm here with an amazing, multifaceted individual. His name is Terrell. You guys are going to get to know him more today. As you can tell, we're sitting in front of his artwork at Artomatic in DC. So
My name is FOOD4YATHOUGHTS. I've been an artist for about 7.5 years now. I specialize in like black and white artwork. I've done stuff for different congresswomen, celebrities, Grammy nominated artists, Grammy award winning artists, NBA players, and so on.
see your artwork after it's finished. How do you feel?
When I see my work after it's finished, I feel like, I don't know, it just feels like a mission complete. Like, you know how you like play a game or something, you finally beat a board or something like that. It's like a never ending game, and all my stuff just, it's like different levels, or I can see different levels of my like creativity when I do different pieces. So
How do you know what to charge for your work? That's a great question.
So honestly, every piece of work is priceless. I'm looking straight in the camera when I say this. Every piece of work is priceless.
Y'all heard him.
So whatever the artist charges you, you should really pay them double. But honestly, truly, I come up with my prices just based off of time, how I feel about the piece, how the piece resonates with me, how I feel like it resonates with other people. But I don't really make stuff with the intent of pricing it. So it's really just, it really depends on, you know, what I'm doing or how much like I need to make off of my time spent and stuff like that on it. It's, yeah.
What can you tell the people to expect from you? You have a detention program that you will be a part of.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get into that. Yeah.
All right. So
Let the people know, give them some tips, ideas.
the program actually just started on Tuesday. So I'll be going to a detention center in DC, and we'll be doing art therapy and entrepreneurship with some of the incarcerated youth there, just so they can, you know, kind of change their outlook on life in and outside of the detention center. Like, they're arrested now, but one day they'll get out and they'll have different decisions to make. So maybe with the art therapy, they can kind of release some of those tensions and issues that they might have or they might be dealing with. And then as far as the entrepreneurship, it can teach them how to get a job or start a business or use their creativity to get paid from it.
How has art helped you?
And just to do the burn time, do the relax, I do it on the go. Sometimes like I'll keep a sketchbook. But it's just been a way for me to clear my mind, just relax, deal with things that I might have going on. Like some of my pieces might reflect that. So yeah, it's therapeutic in more ways than one. Like even when I started as a child, it was more something like just to do to like kind of escape where I'm at or to deal with some of the issues I had going on and things like that. So
You know that this program will help the youth. Like, you know, it will be a good escape for them.
So even so, just to, you know, kind of summarize the story, the program started from this guy I met during a Nike event I was doing at somewhere in DC in the shoe store. And I met this guy named Paul Weinstock, who, you know, we talked about doing some business and stuff. And, you know, he told me to come down to his restaurant one day. We talked. It turned into he wants to do something with the youth, the incarcerated youth. And Paul like kind of like became a mentor. So like even just me telling him some of the stuff that art did with me or did for me, it started to become more of a conversation about how it can help other people as well, especially the youth, especially the incarcerated youth, because he has a lot of background in that, you know, in that, I guess, category. So it's just, you know, something just to help him relax. I feel like it's, first of all, I feel like it's art in everything that we do, but then also being able to use however you're able to use it, however you're able to use your art to kind of take your mind off of things differently, it's always going to be a plus. Like, you know, it kind of, doing it can kind of take you out of your reality and kind of put you in a whole different element of your surroundings.
How do you deal with creative blocks? I know as creatives, we all have them, but especially as an artist, it's like if somebody's asking you for a painting or they want something and you get that block, how do you cope or deal with that?
Life. You got to live through it. You got to live through it. Honestly, the best thing to get out of a creative block is to live. You got to touch grass. You got to go outside. You got to see something different, do something different. You got to move around just so you can, that one time that you see that tree or you see that water at the lake or whatever you do, or even going to see like a kid, like your niece or your nephew or cousin or something like that, just to see something different from your norm can help you get out of that creative block.
Literally life. Where do you see yourself? Obviously, everybody sees himself somewhere, but where do you see yourself going from here? You have the detention program. You were just a part of a government art event and sold some pieces.
Global government.
Not just
Global
state. We talking global. International, really.
International. I'm an international artist. I was that before the event. I'm just saying. It's like, no.
What do you have coming up? Also, how do you feel with where you're at now? Like, are you living in the moment? Are you looking forward to the future? How do you just keep moving and elevating yourself? Because you even said after this show wraps up tomorrow, you're going on to another show.
So currently, I'm still learning how to live in the moment. Just kind of embracing where I am. But it's more of a thing now than it was. Now I can kind of just appreciate what I've done compared to like 7 years ago, 7 and some change years ago when I started. And so it's just, to see where I'm going though, I feel like just being grounded in the situation, like just seeing my work like on the galleries and stuff like that, it makes me appreciate the moment. But then as far as where I'm going, I don't really see a limit to it, so I can't give you a real answer. Like, I know some of the stuff I have coming up. So, like, I have the detention center program with my, like, business partner and mentor, Paul. I'm actually about to start teaching art to, like, elementary school kids. I'm doing a program where I'll be teaching art at about 6 different elementary schools.
Come through.
So that, I have a gallery exhibition coming up, a solo one. And then I also have another one coming up in Baltimore sometime in May, actually. Then the other gallery in DC, which I'll give you the info to announce soon. That'll be in June. So, yeah.
It's nonstop, y'all. Every time I talk to T, he has some events that are coming, and he's just working. He's really working. What advice do you have to artists that are out there trying to find what kind of art they like to cultivate?
I'm going to look in the camera again for this one. Do everything you possibly can. Don't limit yourself to a specific style that other people want you to do or a specific idea that you might be stuck on. Play around with every idea you come up with. And nothing has to stick from the beginning, but something to stick after a while. So, like, for me, it was the black and white. It was not something that people asked me to do or anything at first. It's something I played around with, fell in love with, and now I can't stop doing it. It's kind of what I'm known for. So, yeah, it really just, I would just say whatever you do, mess around with everything you possibly can, and then you'll be able to find out where your niche is.
So. But how do you think people feel when they see your artwork?
I can't give you a real answer. If I tried to give you an answer on that, I'd be lying because, I mean, it hits people different ways. Like, I've done paintings where I've seen people cry when they seen them. I've done stuff where people just love the piece. They're like, they know exactly where they wanted to go. I've had pieces that people didn't really care for that much. Right. So it's all part of being an artist. It's always going to be that roller coaster of emotions with your pieces coming from different people. So I can't really give you an answer on how other people feel.
That's real, though.
I got to worry about how I feel at the end of the day when I finish it. Yeah. And then from there, we'll figure out,
That's great. Yeah. I know how I feel when I look at the paintings. I just feel very liberated and free. As a Black woman, I feel like there's so many pieces that like Black women aren't represented well. And I feel like you exhibit such beautiful, vibrant, just ethereal vibes. in your paintings. That's how I feel. That's how they make me feel. 7 years of painting and things like that. How do you feel that you've grown, or that you could see that you've grown in 7 years? Like, where did you start versus where you're at now?
Oh, so I didn't even start off with canvas. Okay. So me starting off with like doing shoes and bags and stuff like that. That's how I got discovered to do my first event. I had a bag that I painted that someone seen at their store. It was called Chic to Chic in Gaithersburg. It's like a consignment store. And the lady, Ellen, she seen my bag and was like, you should come do this for my customers. So I did that. And then I was just stuck with like shoes, bags, jackets, stuff like that. That was kind of like my pocket. And then that like next summer, maybe, I played around with my first like 3 canvases. And I know one of them was like a Mickey Mouse picture. One of them was a Beyonce picture, and like a pop art picture. And then another one was like a Bob Marley like pop art picture. I mean. And my brother has 2 of the 3. Like, I know the people who have all my like original like first 3 canvas paintings. So to come from that and just seeing how like streaky they might have been, or how super vibrant and colorful they might have been compared to everything else I do now, it's just a level of like, I feel like maturity in myself that reflected in my work. So it might have been like me, you know, super vibrant, just colorful, like even like shoes, clothes, stuff like that. Now even this is the most color I wear in a long time. So it's like everything is kind of more toned down and like subtle but bold compared to like when I might have been wearing just colorful, like everything else. And yeah, I still love that stuff, but it's just, now I feel like it's just a level of like, with the black and white, it's like a level of maturity, or like a level of like subtle boldness that speaks to my work.
Amazing. Y'all heard it here first. I swear y'all heard it here first on Food for Your Thoughts.